Hello everybody, welcome back to part 2 of my Let's Play of a vanilla, normal difficulty, no mods except graphics, Fallout New Vegas. So this is Fensty talking on my second ever Let's Play, because this is part 2. We are still in the Doc Mitchell's house. We're about to head out now into the great wide world, and before we do so, let's just check our mission. What are we supposed to do? We're going to our Pip-Boy. Go to our quest outlook. They went that away. That's our main mission. Go find that fink in the checkered suit that left us for dead in a shallow grave. If some metal fella named Victor, as the doctor described him, didn't pull us out, we'd still be in there. Probably not breathing the way we are now. So what we're going to do back in the saddle quickly, probably the first half. This is the tutorial mission, and we'll poke around. We'll poke around Goodsprings just for a minute or two before we do that. So, without further ado, let's go see what is going on out there in Goodsprings. So, we have the high-res graphic roulette wheel spinning away there. Okay, bit of a glare. We're going to get a few updates here. We found some radio signals. Pip-Boy does have a helpful little radio in it. And here we are. Oh, that is an update. It's the only DLC download content pack I put in. Was the Gunrunner's Arsenal. Just gives you a few extra weapons and weapon modifications and a few different changes. Oh, mainly ammunition types. And if you recall, we're going to be playing a cowboy, or as you can see, cowgirl character. Need to find some better clothing as soon as we can, but this is still better than the 101 or the 21 jumpsuit. But what is this guy over here? Let's go find that. Why, that looks like some sort of robot trundling along on one wheel, kind of like a Segway. And it's got a cowboy on a TV screen for a face.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
You might. Oh, you're the metal fella named Victor. Well, hello there. Now, before I continue chatting with Victor, let me just, what I was about to say. We're going to play a cowgirl kind of a character, which means we're going to ditch, or we're going to use, even though cowboy is a perk, we can't pick up until I think level 6 maybe? Or until we have 45 guns and melee weapon skills. But we are going to act like we have it now. We're going to, as soon as humanly possible, ditch all these other weapons and clothing and equip with cowboy stuff. Cowboy can use, cowboys get a bonus for using revolvers, obviously, lever action rifles and shotguns, dynamite as explosives, and hatchets or knives. So we do have a knife right now, so we'll maybe we'll have to do, I think, to keep this keep ourselves honest, I think we're going to get rid of everything and just use the knife until we can find something better. So let's go ahead and talk to Victor here. Oh, and remember though, we're also playing a intelligence level 2, our special statistics. We gave ourselves a 2 in intelligence to see what that's like, and also to make the game just a teeny bit challenging, even though it's in normal difficulty with no gameplay mods, so that we can get this thing over with in a reasonable period of time. But we're going to have that intelligence of 2. It adds a little bit of comedy in the game here and there, from what I've told. Never done this before. So let's see. We're kind of stupid. So what would we say? Well, we certainly should say thank you.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
Okay. How'd you find me?
I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were. So I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
You know those guys?
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that.
Okay. I've never seen one of you before.
I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
Yeah. Any more rolling robots with a cowboy television screen face, I'll be sure to say hello. You know, smoking's not good for you, Victor. How'd you get here?
I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that, I can't quite seem to recall. Odd. Anyway, it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any.
I reckon. Well, thanks again, Victor.
Happy trails!
Okay, so we were going to try to find some people to help us out. We're supposed to go see Sunny Smiles in the saloon. So let's go do that. Tumbleweeds here. Now, I will tell you, I love this game series. Love it to death. One thing that doesn't quite make any sense. Look, post-apocalyptia, we understand, right? It's not going to look the same. But people would clean up their neighborhoods after 200 years, okay? I think they'd have dragged these motorcycles at least over there, right? Do they really got to be laying here right in the front of the darn thing? Who's this guy? Easy Pete, huh? Well, let's have a chat.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you?
I don't know. What do you do, Easy Pete?
The one in the fancy suit seemed to be calling the shots. That's as much as I know. Other folks in town might know
I'll
more.
ask around.
Word of advice, though. If you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got
This guy kind of reminds me of the old man
Can't be trusted,
in The
I say.
Simpsons, Abe Simpson's buddy. I can't think of his name right now. The bearded guy who goes, "That's a paddling." Wonder if it's the same voice actor. Why do they call it Easy Pete?
Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now we'll just take it easy and help out with the Brahmin and Bighorners.
You don't say. So, like, you dug up gold and silver?
Nah. Means I poked through old buildings, looking for working tech and such.
So you were
Some
a
folks
scrounger.
just call it salvaging. I never
Scavengers.
liked the term.
What we would call
The
it.
way I see it, salvage means it's broken, near worthless. Me, I look for the good stuff. Guns, chems, spare parts, good money.
Chems. Yeah, I bet you looked for chems, Easy Pete. That's why they called you Easy. So, ever find anything good?
Nope. Had a pretty good claim once, way out east by the river.
So the
But
river's
got
to
run
the
off
east.
by raiders. Eventually got too
Which
old.
would make
to
sense
keep
as we're in
going
Nevada. What's wrong with the NCR, the New California Republic?
Don't
I've
get
been
me
hearing
wrong.
rumors.
The
Remember, I'm
NCR's
a
got
local
lot of
person here
decent folk
myself.
in it. It's just that they make you part of them, whether you like it or not.
Oh, that's true.
Towns like Goodsprings and Prim don't stay independent for long. Not if you've got something the NCR
Oh,
wants.
yeah.
Still, the NCR keeps the Legion
That's
away.
right, the Legion. Tell me about the Legion.
They're slavers, led by a guy named Caesar, or Caesar. Not sure how you're supposed to say it. A couple of years ago, they tried to take over Hoover Dam, but the NCR beat them back. The NCR didn't or couldn't finish the job, though. The Legion's got its strength back and is getting ready for another round at the dam.
Yeah, Ron Perlman told
My
us
money's
that in
still
the intro,
NCR
Easy Pete.
winning, but you never
Thank
know.
you for being here to give a little
We've been
further
hearing
exposition.
stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of
Yeah.
the river, so keep a gun handy. You don't want to get caught by them.
He says, as I just decided to sell my guns until I can find some cowboy weapons. What's a big deal about the Hoover Dam there, buddy?
Powers a lot of New Vegas, and then there's all that clean water lying in Lake
That's
Mead,
true.
too.
Most water is
Anybody who owns
irradiated in the
dam
wasteland.
owns the
It'll take
territory.
radiation damage when we drink it. How about these bighorn or cattle?
Meat and hide, mostly. Can't put a pack on them. You just lay down until you take it off. Can find a bunch of wild ones high up in the hills, but gotta be careful around them. They can put up a decent fight if cornered.
Okay. What about this metal
The
dude?
machine? Harmless, no matter what Trudy says. She thinks it's hiding something, but I think it's just a broken down relic with no place to be.
All right. Well, thank you for that helpful.
Keep your gun handy if you go poking around some
Information.
of the abandoned places around here, like the school.
Yeah, I always take my guns to the
Critters move
schoolhouse,
in
Easy
there
Pete.
sometimes.
Do you know anything anymore? All right, let's check out the Prospector Saloon and look for Miss Sunny Smiles. Actually, no. I got a better idea. We will keep these episodes short. So, since we've already decided, we're going to sell off. This is a workbench. We can build things right now. Can't build much of anything. We don't have enough skill. This is a reloading bench where we can break down ammo and reload it into other styles, but we also don't have any skills right now. As I was about to say, though, we've already got a whole lot of junk we've picked up from our good friend the Doc's house, so why don't we just quick scavenge around here. Oh, scrap electronics, that's very helpful. Look, and you know, here's something very funny else about the wasteland. Not only do they never clean up, it seems like everybody very recently quit smoking, because every garbage can that you're going to look in, find all kinds of cartons and packs of cigarettes. I don't know why. But we're going to clean all that junk out of there. These crates and barrels over here are red, which means if we take anything out of there, we're stealing, presumably from the general store. And I did forget to show you, everybody, this earlier. If you look at something and press and hold the letter Z, you can pick it up and manipulate it. Ouch, I think I dropped that right on my head. That was kind of funny. I think I did. Yep, alright, well, isn't that fun? And right here, we've got the Mojave Express drop box. These are all over the Mojave Desert area and some of the towns. They're basically like a delivery system, like what we do. We're a courier, remember, until we got shot in the head. And our chip's stolen from us, so we have to track down. But you drop things in a box, tell it where you want it to go, and it shows up in the box in that town. Of course, you have to find at least 2 of them, so we've got to find 1 more. Let's go on under the general store and dump all of our extra unneeded junk. Sell off all of our junk and our non-cowboy weapons. Alright, hello there, Chet.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Surplus caps and mods. What are mods? What's special about this ammo?
Weapon mods are things like silencers, scopes, bigger magazines. Special ammo includes things like armor-piercing bullets, which don't hurt the target as much, but let you punch through armor easier. There's also hollow point bullets, which have the opposite effect. You can kill unarmored targets easier, but they don't do shit against armor.
We'll be having some fun with that. And what's the surplus ammo all
it's
about
all
there?
about quantity over quality. Trouble is, you'll be cleaning and fixing your gun a lot more than
not
usual
so
when
much,
you
because
use
we have
those
a high
kind of
repair
bullets.
skill there, Chet. Alright, how about those guys that attacked me? What do you know, Chet?
The leader was a New Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of Great Khans with him, probably hired guns. The Great Khans normally stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR.
Well, show me what you got for sale, Chet.
Can do.
So how this is going to work is on left side is all of our stuff, right side is Chet's stuff. And one thing I'm going to do real quick, let me just see if he's got any magazines. Why, he does. We don't have enough money to buy it, though. We've only got 26 caps. It's 29. Theoretically, I could have bought that, read the magazine, got a 10-point bonus to my barter skill, and turned around and made more money on selling all this junk. But, let's just get rid of it. Now, generally, I save ammo, but right now we are hurting for caps. So we are going to sell all that junk. Oh, nope, we need that back. If you accidentally sell something you didn't mean to sell, you just go up to the top, and there it is. We need that anti-venom, in case we get bit by any scorpions, but we don't need all this stuff. Bobby pins are for opening doors. Buffalo gourds are for making recipes and food, and in a pinch you can eat them, but they don't give you much. This ammo is so light and worthless, I'm going to hold on to that little 22 ammo. That comes in handy for one thing later. So we got camera, some cigarettes. Remember I said there's cigarettes everywhere you look. Chessboard, clipboard, coffee mug, coffee pot, crutches, cutting board, dinner plates. Cram is like Spam. It's food. Dirty water is still good, even though it will give you radiation damage. It's better than dehydrating and dying. So, empty, drained energy cells and armor, brass casings from ammo. You save those because you can reuse them and reload them. Empty bottles we don't need. Empty syringes we don't need. Energy cells we certainly don't need because we're a cowboy. Don't need to recharge any laser pistols. Flour comes in handy for recipes. Honey and mesquite pod does also. Iguana on a stick is a lovely meal when you're in a hurry. Junk food is good. The knife, we could keep one and sell the other, but we're going to keep this one that we can use to repair this one when it starts getting a little beat up. And all those, remember all those books we picked up at Doc's house? Man, we're going to sell a lot of those for half a bottle cap each. But if you notice, it's adding up. Medical braces we can make into doctor's kits when we get a little bit of skill, so we save those. All those cigarettes, paperweights, pencils, Doc's pilot light, Doc's plunger in case his toilet backs up. We need those pork and beans for food. All these books, like I said, we're going to get rid of. If you try to sell a stack of more than 5, it gives you a quantity slider. Just press A to sell them all. Pressure cooker, Radex's medicine, scalpel. Same as with medical brace. That's one of the pieces of a doctor bag. We're going to save that to later make some doctor bags. Doctor bags are useful for broken bones on the trail. Stim packs are healing kits. Need all of those we can get. Straight razor. It's not a cowboy weapon. We're going to sell it. Sugar bombs is food and also gives an action point bonus. Sunset sarsaparilla is food or drink technically and gives healing power. Surgical tubing is also part of a doctor kit. Toaster we do not need. Today's Physician is that magazine for a bonus to our medical skill. Vault 21 jumpsuit. We're actually going to hold on to that. There's a reason we might want that later, even though we're not wearing it. And yeast is used in recipes. So there you go. We picked up 350 caps. Now, let's just see if by any hopeful chance old Chet's got some kind of cowboy pistol for sale. He does not. And he's not going to have... Fallout New Vegas uses a leveling system with its weapons that you find in loot on dead people and in inventory of vendors. And it introduces weapons of higher power as you get higher level. So one of the drawbacks to my little game here of forcing myself to use cowboy weapons, there aren't going to be any until I get a higher level, or I get very lucky with finding one on a dead guy. So we're going to have to let it slide a little bit, and we'll probably have to use a varmint rifle that we're going to get in a minute from Sunny Smiles for a while. It's not technically a cowboy weapon, but it's something that a cowboy would use, I suppose. And I'm looking closely just to see if he does have some other things I'd like to buy. Scrap metal and scrap electronics are used to build repair kits, weapon repair kits, and we definitely are going to use a lot of those. I usually do pick up a magazine every so often when I find one for sale, because I can use those later to sort of reap more profit on selling. And I don't really see anything else. Throwing hatchet. No, we need a regular hatchet. That would be good. Alright, and wrenches are also for repair kits. The other item in a repair kit is duct tape. I didn't notice if there was any duct tape for sale. There is not. Now, dynamite is a good weapon I can use as a cowboy, but I'm going to be getting some of that for free in a bit, so we'll leave that for now. Well, that's it. Don't see anything else I can use right now. For some good weapon mods here, if only I had a 357 revolver, but I do not. So we're going to pay for our magazine, and we're going to go.
Another satisfied customer.
Thanks, Jet. All right, head back out. Goodsprings. Okay, so we're heading out back into Goodsprings, and I think we're going to wrap it up on this part 2 of our Let's Play with Fensty. That's me, your host. And we're going to head over here, and we'll stop. Oh, Easy Pete just went into the saloon there. We'll kind of stop right here in front of the saloon, where we're going to go in and find the lovely Miss Sunny Smiles for the tutorial mission. Look at Victor heading up to the cemetery. That's interesting. All right. So we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for joining me again, and stay tuned for part 3. Thank you very much.